Hello, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel again. Today we'll be discussing about star delta starter. We all may have heard about a star delta starter. Now let's look into detail. Before going into the video, let's look into the flow of presentation. We'll be discussing about requirement of a starter, different types of starter, star and delta connections of a motor, operation sequence of a star delta starter, and the advantages of a star delta starter also will be discussing here. Now let's see the requirement of a starter. Why three-phase induction motor have got very high starting current? We all have heard that induction motor have got very high starting current, and to explain that, let's see some of the technical terms related to that. Synchronous speed. This is the speed with which the magnetic field will be rotating when an electrical supply is applied across the windings. Given by the formula Ns is equal to 120 F by P, where F is the frequency and P will be the number of poles. Now let's see the other term, slip. Slip is the relative speed of the rotor with respect to the synchronous speed, given by formula Ns minus Nr by Ns. Ns is the synchronous speed of the motor and Nr is the speed of the rotor. Now let's see two special conditions. When S is equal to 0, speed of the rotor and the magnetic field will be the same. In this condition, no relative speed will be there and no flux cutting also will be there. Hence motor will be on standstill. When S is equal to 1 also, the motor will be on standstill condition. Now let's see the reason for a high current. The induced current in the rotor is given by IR is equal to S into E divided by R plus Sx. S is the slip, E is the induced EMF, R and X are the reactance and resistance of the rotor. While starting, S is equal to 1, the hence induced EMF will be very high and the current also will be very high. As the motor picks up speed, the slip will come down to a value in the range of 0.1 and hence the induced current will be reduced accordingly. Okay. It is explained in other words as when a three-phase current is applied across the stator windings of a three-phase motor, high induced currents will magnetize the air gap between the stator and the rotor windings, which will produce an induced EMF. This will lead to an induced current in the rotor windings and it will lead to magnetic flux. This magnetic flux will cause the torque developed in the motor and which will rotate the motor. Once the motor picks the speed, the current drawn by the machine also will be reduced. Now let's see some starters. As we all know, the motors are drawing very high current during the starting, which will not be good for connected electrical system. Hence, we need to minimize the high currents, and for that we are using the starters. Different types of starters are DOL starter, auto transformer starter, rheostat starter, and star delta starter. Now we will discuss about star and delta connections. The first one is star connection. There you can see all the secondary windings are shorted and are connected to a single point, that's a star point, is to make a star connection. The second one is a delta point. There you can see the secondaries of each of the windings are connected to the primary of the other winding, which will result in delta connection. Now we will see the pump terminals of a star and delta. The first one is star. There you can see secondaries are shorted, which will result in star point. And the next one is a delta. There you can see the windings are arranged in such a way that the primaries are connected to the secondaries of the other winding. So each winding will get two phases applied across the windings. Now let's discuss about a star delta starter. Star delta starter makes use of a contactor which will be switched on and off based on the control power supply provided by a timer. And there are two cables are laid from the starter to the motor. It's often misunderstood that the cable one is for the star and other is for the delta operation. But this is not a true fact. Now, before going to the operation of a star delta starter, let's see the operation of a motor in star as well as in delta independently. This is a star connection. You can see here the secondary sides of all the windings are being shorted and it's been termed as neutral. And we can see here the line current in star will be equal to the phase current in star. And the phase voltage in star is equal to the 1 by root 3 times the line voltage. Phase voltage in star is equal to 1 by root 3 times the line voltage and phase current in star is equal to the line current in star. So line current in star is equal to the phase current, which is also written as voltage divided by impedance, and line voltage divided by root 3 into Z. Okay, we can see now the delta connection. In delta connection, each of the windings will be fed by two independent phases. You can see U1 is fed by red phase and the U2 is fed by blue phase. Okay, and in this connection, phase current in delta will be 1 by root 3 times the line current, and the phase voltage in delta will be same as that of the line voltage, which is phase voltage in delta is equal to the line voltage, and the phase current in delta is equal to 1 by root 3 times the line current. Line current in delta will be root 3 times the phase voltage, which is equal to root 3 into VL by Z. Okay, now we can compare the two line currents in star as well as in delta. Line current in delta divided by line current in star is equal to root 3 VL divided by Z, the whole divided by line current in star, which is voltage, the line voltage divided by root 3 Z. Line voltage divided by root 3 Z, which is equal to 3. And we can say from this, line current in star will be 1 by third of the line current in delta. That is, the line current in star will be only 33% of the line current in delta. This is why we are using star connection to reduce the current during the starting of a motor in star delta connection. Now let's discuss about a star delta starter. This is all about a star delta starter. As you can see, there are three contactors, one main contactor, one delta contactor, one star contactor. The outputs of the star contactor are short circuit to make the star connection, and the inputs of the main and the delta contactor are always fed with an electricity supply. Okay, before going in detail about the star delta starter, we need to see what's a timer. A timer will look like this. There are provisions for giving supply voltage and neutral, and as you can see here, there will be two NO connections and two NC connections, which means normally open two contacts and normally closed two contacts. There is a provision for adjusting the time set at, which can be 0, 5, 10 or whatever be. And let's assume that we have set the time for 10 seconds, and in the first 10 seconds a control voltage will be available in both the normally open contacts, and after the 10 seconds the control voltage will be available in the normally closed contacts. And coming to our picture about the star delta starter, we will be using the control supply provided by the normally open contact to activate the star contactor, and the control voltage provided by the normally contact will be used to activate the delta contactor. Okay, we'll go back to the star delta starter. Now let's assume that the push button of the star delta starter is pressed, and at the same time main contactor also will be turned on. Simultaneously, as we get the input from the timer, star contactor also will be getting turned on. At that time, the secondaries will be short circuited and the primaries will be fed from a three-phase supply. So the system will be acting as a star system. And after the 10 seconds, this star contactor will be released and the delta contactor will be turned on. At that time, you can see the inputs are fed from the three-phase supply, and the secondary of the windings are also fed from a three-phase supply. So the system will be acting as a delta system. In the first 10 seconds, as the system is in star mode, the current will be low and it will help us to pick up the speed, and once it picks up the speed within 10 seconds, it will be turned on to delta and the system will be working delta. This is how a star delta starter is working. Now let's see a problem that most of the electrical engineers would have faced while working with the star delta starter. That's nothing but tripping of a contactor. Let's see it in detail. During the start, let's assume that U1 is fed with the red circuit, V1 is fed with Y circuit, and W1 is fed with B circuit. In this condition, the motor will be working in clockwise direction, and once it is turned on to delta, the motor might be suddenly tripping. What would be the reason? The reason is nothing other than overcurrent. Why the motor is throwing overcurrent? It is because the motor, once it was rotating in clockwise direction, when it is switched on to delta configuration, the motor might have been working in anti-clockwise direction because the phase sequence may not be properly connected. That's why when the motor is turned on to delta, it will be tried to rotate in anti-clockwise direction and will be drawing large current from the system, which result in the tripping of the contactor. Now let's see it in detail. This is how we were discussing. The W2 and U1 are fed with the red circuit, and the U2 and V1 are fed with the blue circuit. W1 and V2 fed with the Y circuit. In this situation, the motor will be working in the anti-clockwise direction only, which will tend to draw large current from the system. Okay, this will cause the tripping of circuit. The actual rotation should be, and the connection should be, U1 and the W2 should be fed with the red circuit, U2 and V1 should be fed with the Y circuit, and the W1 and the V2 should be fed with the blue circuit. Now let's see it in detail. Let's see here, it's a wrong connection. U1 is fed with R, R to B, that's a U2, and B to Y, that's a V1, V2, and Y to R. You can see R here, Y here, and B here. It's going like this to here. This is in anti-clockwise direction. This is wrong direction. And now you can see this is the correct one. U1 fed with R, U2 fed with Y, V1 fed with Y, and V2 fed with B, W1 fed with B, W2 with R. You can see R, Y, and B. R is fed leading to Y, and Y is leading to B, and then it's led to R. It's a correct clockwise rotation. If it is in correct rotation, the star-delta starter will be working properly, and the system will be perfectly working. Now let's see the normal switch ratings for a star-delta starter. Overload relay may be provided for a star-delta starter. The oiler can be provided either in the line or in the winding. If you are providing it in the line, oiler rating should be same as that of the full load current of the motor. Or if it is providing in the winding, it can be 58% of the full load current. The ratings of the main and the delta contactor shall be 58% of the full load current, and that of the star contactor can be 33% of the full load current. Now let's see the advantages of star-delta starter. It's relatively cheap compared to other methods. No heat is produced and no tap changing devices are used, hence efficiency is increased. Operation is simple and rugged. Voltage drop during the starting of the motor is reduced, and the available current and the torque are reduced to 33% of the full load values. This was all about star-delta starter. Hope the video was informative. You might have enjoyed watching the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe my channel. I will be uploading videos of similar nature very shortly. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.